Well, how do you do, buckaroos, and how the heck are you? I am Tom the Beer Whisperer. Hey, I'm just kind of hanging out. It is Thanksgiving Day. As I do this video, about 2 hours ago, I popped a Mother's Winter Grind and did a video, and then I did some things around the house, so it's time for some spirits. I bought this bottle 3 years ago. It's Bushmills 21-year-old single malt. And as you can see, I've just kind of been working on it over the past 3 years. In January, it'll be 4 years old, actually, but let's say 2013 on the bottle, number 01728, 2013. As far as price goes, as far as single malt Irish whiskeys, this one's very reasonable. And I like it. Actually, I like it better than a lot of them that are priced a lot higher. I'm going to read just a little bit from their website. I'm going to put that there so you can look at that pretty whiskey. Bushmills single malt 21-year-old whiskey aged for a minimum of 19 years in former Oloroso sherry and bourbon seasoned casks, then transferred onto Madeira casks for a further 2 years. The result is a whiskey awarded Best Irish Single Malt 2013. It has huge depth that interweaves dried fruit flavors with spicy aromatic maltiness and subtle nutty raisin notes. So they tell you to look for dried fruit flavors with spicy aromatic maltiness and subtle nutty raisin notes. So let's see if it does that. I poured me exactly one shot, and actually I wasn't sure what I was going to have. I just decided last minute to go ahead and pop this. I only pop this on special occasions. It's kind of a melancholy holiday for me. I've really been struggling lately. I've been really missing Seamus. We lost our son to leukemia April 23rd of 2013. For those of you that do not know, but most of my friends know by now. I've talked about it in several videos, actually. I've got mostly positive feedback, to be honest with you. I've had a few negative comments from folks that, tell me to get over it. Obviously, they've never lost a child, or you wouldn't say something so ignorant, but there you go. I find it helpful to talk about, not necessarily to people, but to the camera, because, then I can get out my thoughts without, sometimes it's hard to just talk to people about this. It's very uncomfortable for folks to listen to you if they're sitting next to you. For my wife and I, we're not always on the same page, or not always in the same place in our grieving process. So it's difficult to bring up. But anyways, aromas. Yeah, it is very aromatic, as they say. Let's see. Aromatic maltiness. Yeah, why the hell not? I'm getting some of that spiciness on the nose that they talk about. As far as dried fruit, I think I'm right away. I think it feels like I'm picking up anyway. Cherry, apple, and pear. I got paid just a little over $100 for this particular bottle. I think it's more than that now. I got it. I got a great deal on it in St. Louis. It was only about $100. In my neck of the woods here, it runs about $125 to $150. But oh, that's very nice. Yeah, okay, so dried fruit flavors, yeah, like I nose I mentioned, I said cherry, apple, and pear. On the flavors, I'm feeling more, getting some fig-like notes as well. Spicy maltiness, subtle nutty raisin. Yeah, I don't know. It could be the raisin fig I'm kind of feeling in there. The nutty notes, so I am feeling kind of that nutty, almost like a hazelnut-like nuttiness right near the end. It's just a beautiful, smooth whiskey. A whiskey like this, I really recommend drinking it neat. Now, if you want to pour it over the rocks, drink it any way you want. I really, a whiskey like this, seems, well, I don't want to be insulting, but it does seem like if you want to mix something in soda pop, there are better choices. But yeah, for me, I pretty much drink this neat. I think I have had a couple shots on the rocks just to see what it does. But I'm just going to have one shot. I did exactly one shot neat here, and that's how I'm going to put it away. That's what I do with this whiskey. See, a whiskey like this, you don't necessarily, my opinion, You know, I think at some point your taste buds are going to get dulled. So to pop a bottle like this to get hammered seems like a waste of good whiskey to me. So I have one shot and then I put it away. Then I drink other stuff, kind of work my way down the food chain, you know, depending on what I'm doing. So I'm not doing much. This is Thanksgiving Day as I do this video, as I said. We have a lot going on this particular year with our daughter moving, so we're not really doing much. And it really is hard for me to plan Thanksgiving meal because it was Seamus's favorite holiday. He loved planning the menu. That's what he did. I actually usually would leave that completely up to him. I would let him. I would end up doing most of the cooking. My wife and Seamus would do a lot of the baking. The actual meal part, I usually did most of it, but he planned the complete menu. He would tell me what he wanted, and I would set it up. He had the palate. Oh my gosh, he just had the taste buds like nobody's business. I mean, I would give him something and say, what do you think? And he would say it was great. He would say, or he would say, Dad, I think it needs this. And he was great with herbs and seasonings. He just had one of those particular palates. He'd say, Dad, try this and that. And it would work every friggin' time. He was just amazing that way. So it's just, I mean, it's just a crazy smooth whiskey. Yeah, you know, there are other single malt Irish whiskeys that some of you may prefer. I think for the price points, for the value, this really is my favorite as far as a 21-year-old Irish whiskey goes. Anyway, I recently purchased, well, I say recently, yesterday I purchased a 21-year-old bottle of Zafra rum, and I'm not familiar with aged rums, and it was really the first one I had purchased, and it was recommended to me. I happened to be talking to the guy who does all the purchasing for that particular store, and it was $45 a bottle for 21-year-old spirit. It was freaking amazing. I enjoyed the hell out of it. I actually like that on the rock show, so I'm probably going to enjoy some of that later. I'm kind of spreading my beers and spirits out through the day. Again, I wasn't planning on doing much cooking today. Right now, all I'm doing is I've got some onions, celery, and some other things. Just getting happy, you know. Kind of sweating them down. I think I actually roasted some turkey legs yesterday and made some stock. So I haven't decided if I'm going to make a gravy. I'm kind of messing with some few ideas. I may make some soup. Thought about doing some turkey and dumplings because I still have one whole turkey leg. I can get enough meat off of that for a nice meal for the wife and I. So I don't know. I'm just doing stuff. I decided last minute that I'd try to do some baked beans. And I may steam some sweet potatoes. Who knows what I'll do. But I hope you all are having a happy Thanksgiving, whatever you're doing. I think we should just, I mean, it sounds cliche, I guess, but I think we should all be kind to each other. There's a lot of nastiness out there. A lot of people, you know, we seem to become a nation of the Sith. You know? The Star Wars reference. You know, if you're not with me, you're against me. You know, things aren't always that black and white. If somebody disagrees with you on a certain point of view, they don't necessarily have to be an enemy. Doesn't necessarily mean you have to be friends, but they're not necessarily your enemy either. So there you go. Hey, I'm Thunder Beer Whisperer, trying to spread a little cheer. It's a great whiskey for the money. In my particular opinion, I am Thunder Beer Whisperer. I am the Beer Whisperer in Chief. I approve this message, and I hope you all are having a great holiday.